Hello traders, it's Samurai Trader here. Welcome to this training session. I'm going to be covering a strategy that I've gone over a number of times the last couple of months. However, I receive probably more emails on this topic than any other topic that I cover. So I'm going to go back over this spreadsheet. Now this spreadsheet which I'll pull up in a moment is in my members area on the Google Drive. So traders, it is the 27th of the 4th, so I've reloaded this on there, so you'll be able to go there if you remember and download this document as a Word document and adapt it to suit your own trading style. But what I'm about to share with you, if you follow this, it's going to be a huge advantage in assisting you in mastering the art of day trading. And so really that's what this session is really about. So please invest the 10 to 15 minutes, it may not even be that long, in going through and modeling what I'm about to show you. As always, I just need to put up the risk disclaimer. Please read this if you're new to my channel. Also, please subscribe to my channel, my YouTube channel, if you're new, and go to my website and request my ebook and other information. And even better still, invest $197 and invest in the Day Traders Fast Track program. Now, if you haven't already done so, please go to full screen as well. It'll just make it easier in looking at some of the typeface I'm going to be pulling up in a moment. Plus I just want to show you a couple of trades that I took this morning, just as a little bonus I want to really throw in and show you. So let's start with this slide here. In this short session, I want to cover some of the most common challenges facing day and swing traders today, which is lack of discipline, focus, patience, and self-trust. I can train you in the world's best day trading strategies, but without discipline, without focus, without patience and self-trust, you may as well go on a nice holiday and spend your money that way, because you need all of those to join the 5% club. So how do you develop confidence, competence, and self-trust? And notice there I talk about competence. And I talk about competence all the time, because you can be confident in something doesn't mean you're good at it. Now we do that through, or we learn these skills through repetition, the mother of skill learning. Now a very important thing here too is if you don't measure it, you can't improve it. And using what I'm about to show you will also help you measure your results on a daily basis. Now my end goal here is to get you to a place where you can say, yes, I can do this, and where you're confident, where you're competent, etc. So as mentioned earlier, you need to learn the rules to become competent. Now it's a little bit like learning to drive or even perhaps to swim. You can read a book about it, or like learning how to play the piano. You can watch a video on it, you can read a book, but of course it's not until you do it that you actually pick up and you become competent at it. So yes, you need to know the rules, but you need to practice it as well. The only way to master the art of day trading is continual practice, wax on, wax off. So let's have a look at the chart again. So I'm just going to see if this will expand. Okay, yes, so it's still in the screen here. So traders, for those that are not members, you can stop your video and you can type this up yourself. Members, as mentioned, you can go to the Google Drive and download this. So this is a chart that you can use to develop confidence over time. So basically it's very simple. If you want to become really good at something, you want to execute something on a regular basis. So here what I'm saying, if you want to master the art and be a day trader where you're executing on a regular basis, you can do easily 30 trades over a 3 or 4 hour period. I had a new potential student ask me this morning how many trades a day typically would I get on the NQ. And actually, why don't I just bring this chart up, and here it is here. This is just a snapshot I sent him. Now for members, I know, and for traders, I know what you're going to ask. What chart is this? This is the NQ 133 tick from this morning. So this is the for my US colleagues, This is the afternoon of the 26th for my Australian European colleagues. This is the morning of the 27th of the 4th. So trend trades, we had entry there, 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 here, and here. You actually no, you didn't take that one, and there's a rule why you didn't take one, and you had one there. For your T89 traders, you had one here, here, and here. And so you had a great, and that's all in 90 minutes. So you had 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 trades in a very short time period. Now if you're going to, if you want to even more trades, drop it down to maybe an 89 tick chart. If you just want to practice, not for live trading, 89 tick during the London during the New York session, it just moves too fast. It's just not tradable. Because what I want you to do here is to practice executing the trades flawlessly. That is, trade what you see, not what you think. And what I mean by that, have the rules laid out in front of you. And let me just pull this up. Now, as you know, I recommend out of the course you print out the rules, you put them in plastic folders like these. So I've got over here, you take notes, you keep your stats, you have your trading rules laid out in front of you. And so with that, you choose 1 to 3 maximum trend following strategies. Now traders, members, particularly members, you know the T1, the T2, ignore the KS5, just take it as a T2. T7 is your double top with the trend. Your T18 is simply trend turns. Your T20, now your T20 1 2 and 3, what that means is it's your first, second and third trade after a T20. Why? They're going to be your highest probability trades, because remember your T20 is a change in trend. Your T25s, your 34Bs, you've seen the statistics on the 34Bs, they're running at around 85% accurate on your ES 1000, on your ES 233, on your CL 350 volume, and on your NQ 133. The 34B kicks butt virtually every day, and your 89B. Now one thing I want to bring up here is your T89. If you must counter trend trade, now most of you see me counter trend trade every day, and I get regular emails. Okay, why do you always say don't counter trend trade? Because it's really easy to get chopped up. Because the trend, how many times have we thought the trend is going to end only to have a pullback, then a trend continuation? It happens every day, and it's really easy to get chopped up. But if you must counter trend trade, make sure it's a T89, and this is for my members because I know all the rules for a T89, and I'll actually show you on the chart because I just got stopped out of a trade which I want to show you because of a T89. Be very careful in trading against T89s, but I'll show you this on the chart in a moment. So let's just say here, I want you to highlight the trade you're going to take. So let's just say you choose to go with T25s because you're going to get a lot of T25s, and save a T2. Every time you make a trade, cross it off. So put your date over here, put a cross through it, and put under it whether it's a win or a loss, okay, and what trade it was, and target executing 30 trades, but only with a very small limited amount of setups. Remember, you're doing this in sim. The whole thing here is to get you used to executing, because traders, day after day, I deal with traders that have trouble pulling the trigger. I want you to start getting used to pulling the trigger and following the rules. Remember, trade what you see, not what you think. Very important. Do you see the pattern? Okay, trade it. Don't think about it, because the more often you think, you know, the mind games, particularly if you're jaded or if you've lost a number of accounts. But the whole concept here is to exercise 20 to 30 trades a day. So your date goes over here every time you execute a trade, and then you go, yes, celebrate, you made the trade, you did it, you followed it according to the rules. And just as a quick summary here is, you know, I trade what I see, not what I think. 30 rules-based trades a day. I trend trade only. Okay, for those that insist on taking some counter trends, T89s only are the most accurate trade, counter trend trade you can ever trade for T89. Okay, now getting back to daily profit targets, and I mentioned this in yesterday's video, is 7 5-tick trades a day on the ES. Okay, which is why I just had a 5-tick trade in a moment. I'll just show you on the open of a Globex. Okay, 7 of those a day is $400 a day per contract. You get wealthy from doing that. And if you look at this here, doing 30 a day, okay, you're going to romp it in statistics wise if you're trading the right way. So this is about following, ideally taking trend trades only, and learning to trust yourself because you're executing the trades according to your rules. So tick it off and celebrate, traders. Congratulate yourself when you start to do it. Forget about live trading. So even if you're a new trader with me and you've been losing money on a live account, stop trading for now. Let's go back, draw a line in the sand, and let's retrain ourselves. And this is how you do it. Repetition, traders. This is how you do it. Now what I want to show you is let's go to the live charts, because just one thing, going back to this here, have your desk tidy. Once again, mark them off. Okay, remember, consider yourself a pilot. If you go into an aircraft and you look in the cockpit, is there a lot of junk around the place? Are there newspapers, books sitting in the cockpit while they're working? You'll see their flight manuals, you'll see their logs, etc. Okay, very important you approach this with the zeal of a crusader, just as the ultimate professional does. You can do this. Now let's have a look at this chart here, because a couple of things here I just want to show you. Now this is really important, traders, and this is the great news. Trading is nothing more than a pattern solving exercise. Okay, that's all it is. And what I do every day is I'm looking for patterns. I just realized that a typo. I'll just stop the video and fix it up. Solving, I left the L out of it. So anyway, remember, trading is nothing more than a pattern solving exercise. So just before we finish on this one, a couple of quick tips. So we can see when New York closed for the day, the market gap down on the reopen of Globex. What you've got there is a perfect T89 and pivot bounce. Remember, on recent videos I've been talking a lot about this, is when you get these pivot bounces, and particularly a T89, they're just so bankable. Anyway, I missed that trade and I jumped in on this one, and you'll also hear me talk about regularly, beware in trading against a T89. So I was willing to roll the dice based upon the price action here over the last half an hour to an hour before the market closed, and I wasn't willing to give it too much. And that's the great thing about trading Globex, traders, is it's a lot slower, so you've got the chance to move your stops, etc. So I went short here on this little T1, and you can see that there, and it ticked against me. And by the way, that took 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and it ticked against me, and I wasn't willing to give back any more than 3 ticks. So that cost me on 10 contracts 375. So I was down 3 ticks plus commission. So it's about what's that, 420 or whatever it was. I was down on that one. But then I jumped in here on this T20, and it was also a T10, T20, and I was targeting 5 ticks on this one, which is 625 less commission. And so that delivered nicely, very slowly, over about half an hour or so. And right here now you've got basically it's like a T10, T2 plus that trade is a T25. So you've got that there. And remember also, why I see it is price tends to travel from pivot to pivot. Okay, so you can see here it's gone down, it's bounced off a pivot, gone down, bounced off a pivot, and so it may very well travel, good probability it'll travel up to this pivot here. So remember that. But the main point I wanted to bring out is that the trade setups that we're talking about here, that is your T1, your T2, your T7, your T18s, T20, and that was a T20 over there, the T25, 34B, 89, and your T89. What are they? They're all patterns. It makes your job that much easier. And how do you learn them all? Well, you start off just with 1 to 3. Okay, and of course in the Day Traders Fast Track program I send you, there's an email there with the recommended strategies that you start with. Become what I call a sniper. Become very, very good at a number of setups, and these are all 90 to 95% rules based. Where's the variance? Of course, red flag news announcements. You can't do much about that. And also, when you see your MAs moving side to side, that is horizontally, you've got to be more cautious. Here, of course, you've still got a lovely trend, but when you see everything sideways, that's when you can get chopped up. So traders, just as a quick summary, print this out, go back. If you're not consistently profitable, which are the 1 to 3 trades you're going to specialize in? Your T1, maybe every T18. Okay, now members, you can watch the video, but you've got a cheat sheet on that. But T18 is very straightforward and very logical. Okay, there's one right there. Okay, you've got one right there, right? Just follow it. Build your confidence by executing according to your rules. You can do this, but what you got to do is wax on, wax off. So let's wrap this video up. So traders, if you're not already a member, please go to my website, become a member. For $197 you gain the best of the best, the world's best day and swing trading strategies. They're logical. If you haven't already got my ebook, Truth About Day Trading, please go to my website, and I look forward to having you as a member. And for all traders, I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.